Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is episode 8, Interlude of Death. So let's meet our werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hello, everyone. It's me again, Avery, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I am a partnerships manager here on the Rolling Nomads. And this evening, I will be playing Sense the Sweetwater, Galestalker Philodox.
Very good. Az?
Hello, everybody. I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. I am the previous intern here at the Rolling Nomads. I do that specifically to make Gilbert's day, or operations manager, I guess, is the title. But today, I will be playing Timber Shakes the Trees, Red Talon Ragabash.
I love that. Let's keep that running joke going as long as possible. Luna?
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including on Twitch. I am the social media manager here at the Rolling Nomads, but today I will be playing Lorelei Savagewind, Black Fury Theurge.
Rachel?
Hi, everybody. I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I am the production coordinator here at the Rolling Nomads. And today I am playing Hana Eats the Spiral, the Bonar Theurge.
That's right. And a deed name well earned. Ramos?
Hello, everyone. I am Gilbert Ramos, aka Ramos the Nomad. I am founder and CEO and drip tray of the Rolling Nomads. We did things. We reorganized. We redid things. Today I am Elias Richter, aka Heart Eater, aka the Worm Foe for the Muncie Camp.
Mm-hmm. And you are a...
Ruin Ghost Council.
There you go. Almost. We're almost at the end, so maybe by the finale you'll get the whole thing out.
Get there.
I'm Huddy, which I have continuously forgotten to do. Forgot to do it yesterday as well. I am a World of Darkness community ambassador, and I am the storyteller for this game. And that's it. There's nothing else to say about me. As always, this is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings for this game will be down in the description below. So if you all are ready, lass uns anfangen, which means let us begin, exactly where we left off, in the aftermath of the attack on the Monse Sept. Bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. This cairn has been your home, for some of you just a short while, for some of you years. The power of this place hasn't diminished, but it has been scarred. The earth is scorched, the verdant green grass is brown and yellow and absent entirely in some spots. The cabins you slept in are mostly destroyed, burnt down, or charred deeply black. The bodies of your enemies are being shuffled out of the Umbra by your peers to join the pile of rotting flesh of what was once a hatchling Nexus crawler. And of course, there's the bodies of your fallen. Speaks with Spirits, Provan, and Viomini, whose immolated bodies have been laid reverently in one of the most intact cabins, waiting for their bodies to be committed to Gaia's soil. The sun is rising rapidly and all of you need to eat and rest, your bodies weak from the shifting and the fighting. As your fellow Guru spend their time healing their wounds, we're going to begin with you, Elias. Right now, you're in the mess hall with Cascada, who is attempting to prepare a meal for the Garu that are here so they can eat something before they rest. And what hasn't been destroyed, what hasn't been completely immolated from this green balefire, she is rushing around the kitchen trying to prepare something, cursing under her breath a little that Hana isn't here. As you remember, Hana stormed off after the fight. The conversation with Sweets and Sweets', let's call it fatalistic attitude, really rubbed her the wrong way, and she went off into the woods to do something. And you're watching Cascada sort of erratically attempt to create a meal big enough for everyone here, and can you roll me either wits and medicine or wits and insight, whichever's higher for you. You get an extra die either way because of your favor.
I can count. 4.
Which did you roll? Insight or medicine?
Wits and medicine.
You can smell fresh blood in the air.
Is it emanating off of Cascada?
Yes. As you recall, she was injured in the fight by obsidian claws. The same claws that left Sweets with permanent scarring, left Talia with permanent scarring. And she's currently wrapped in a bandage, but she hasn't healed herself.
I'm gonna catch her as she kind of walks by and just step in front of her and kind of hold her. I need you to go sit and rest and heal. Let me take care of this.
She looks down at her bandage, which you see now is becoming completely flooded with blood. And she says, it's no use. Elias, I can't heal. I've tried.
Concerning, but at the very least, I need you to sit and rest. I'll take care of this. Please, please go sit down. Go lie down. Go do something else other than run around the kitchen spilling your blood on an effort that doesn't need it.
Negotiation. Go find Hana. She can cook. Better than I can.
Better than I can too, I suppose. Yeah. Can you please? I'll do that if you go now and rest.
She lowers herself to sit on one of the benches that hasn't been destroyed. I'll rest right here until you get back.
I love you.
I love you.
I will kiss her forehead and go find Hannah.
Hana, where did you think you went off after Sweets made it quite clear to the rest of the pack that his ultimate goal is to die? Not out of a reason of giving up or anything of that nature, but to save Grunewald, he intends to sacrifice himself. Where did you go?
The first stop would have been to see what was left of Tiara's cabin.
Tiara's cabin is completely destroyed. All of her plants, all of her books, everything that was precious to her is no more.
I think just knowing how important they were to her and just remembering like the small sense of home that she felt here, not only with Tiara, but with Lorelei and the others as well, and kind of just taking another look around is when she's going to just, I think she's going to attempt to shift into lupus form, but then she doesn't have any rage right now, and she just can't. And I think this is also the first time that she herself has been frustrated by not being able to, and starts walking into the forest, just almost absent-mindedly, mind thinking the faces that she saw of those that we lost, being trapped with Sweets and Maggie, and facing off against that creature. And she's just almost absent-mindedly walking through the forest now, just in her head.
Absent-mindedly, not looking around, not relying on your wolf senses. As you said, you have no rage, but even at a base level, you have better senses than the average person. You run straight into Elias, who is tracking you.
Elias,
where are you going? It's a spiral.
I needed a minute. Where are you following me?
Your presence is needed. Why do you look so sullen?
That we've lost, and Sweet's talking about dying himself. Just much.
I'm going to share something with you. We're going to walk back. Cascada needs your help cooking. But I'm going to share something with you as we walk. This isn't negotiable. but I do need you to listen. I don't like Hannah Ackerman. I think that it was very clear that I had an issue with you when you first got here. And you can call me a grumpy old man, but there's a difference in the way I view the world and the way you used to view the world. I thought you were a mistake. Even your lupus form is diminished. So I didn't see you as Wolf, and then the choices you made were foolish, were human. But in the past 2 days, I have seen you earn your deed name, stand with Sweets alone, where the others of us fell and almost began dancing the spiral ourselves. And you fought alongside him while we had to be ushered away. I like Eats the Spiral. The last thing you have to accept, because you are Wolf now, I can see it. But with that comes short lives. I'm overdue for death. Sweets is long overdue. We're not meant to live not long. Losing people is part of what we do. We honor them, we bury them, we give them everything we can. And we keep fighting. Dwell on it too long, and you fall. But I understand. It takes time to learn this. But you're Wolf now, Ease the Spiral. People die. The only thing we can do is protect the ones that are alive. So when Sweet says that he's going to make himself a martyr, I understand why you're upset. But there's no reason to pout. There's no reason to be discouraged. Stand your ground. Say no. And you as a Theurge, Savagewind as our Packmaster and a Theurge, Timber as a trickster, we will prevent him from doing something stupid and unnecessary. We will find another way. So stop your pouting, Hannah. Show me Eats the Spiral.
Would like to increase my rage.
No. Not for that. maybe if he hit you.
Okay. He would. But yeah. I don't think this is a moment, if I'm being perfectly honest, where Hana would respond verbally. But she is standing straighter. He's meeting Elias's gaze. And there's a knowing there. An understanding that hadn't been right there before. Determination. And I think in that essence, she's back in her senses. She's not in her head as much as she was a moment before. And instead of responding, she's going to start walking towards where they need to be, which is the mess hall.
As both of you make your way to the mess hall, now Hana a step ahead of you. You see Cascada has sort of slumped over into the bench where she is, and her blood is now leaking onto the floor.
You can't heal yourself. What about Savagewind? Can she take care of this? Do you think?
More than likely.
Cascada sort of can hear you. She's not unconscious or anything like that. She's holding on to her wound. She's, no, I have the same gifts that Lorelei have. It's those fucking, my father called them worm-tainted claws. I have to heal like a person.
Let me redo your bandages.
Okay. Hannah, please make food for the cairn. I know there's not much, but I know you can do it.
I'll do what I can. And I think she's just going to immediately go to start.
Yeah. You want to
getting
yeah. Do you want to make do you want to make me let's do either dexterity and craft or wits and craft, because you're sort of trying to do a Jesus miracle with the fishes and the loaves here.
Let's do dexterity.
Okay, perfect. Elias, do you take Cascada back to the cabin?
Absolutely.
Okay. Gonna have to actually carry her because her walking is gonna keep tearing open that wound, which is not scabbing over like it should.
Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. 2 of those dice were crits.
Perfect. Yeah. You find plenty. You see the box of vegetables here, and you sort of start rooting through them. The ones that are charred on top, you go like, well, they're just charred on top. That's okay. I can do something with that. We'll just you take what corn you have here, and you go like, well, we'll char the rest of the corn. It's charred on the top, but we'll char the whole thing. And you start getting to work, and you do find some meat that's on its way to being spoiled, but the old trick, you season it up enough, and no one's going to be able to tell. Plus, you're all wolves. It's fine. And you get to work. 5 successes with crits is perfect. Elias, as you leave the mess hall with Cascada, we'll sort of pan our scene over to Lorelei and Sweets. Now, Lorelei and Sweets, you are in a cabin together in one of the very, very few remaining intact cabins here, with Marcus in one bed and Tiara in another bed. Maggie is also in here, as is Strider. Or, no, excuse me, not Strider, Warwalker. You can tell I was doing Berlin Bloodlines yesterday. He is very concerned over Tiara, who is not unconscious. She is sort of just extraordinarily weak. And Lorelei, I need you to roll me wits and medicine and add your dots in occult, please. And Sweets, I need to know who you're tending to. Are you tending to or looking at Marcus or Tiara?
Marcus.
Okay. Maggie is on the bed with Tiara and sort of holding her as she did when she was a child. What are you doing with Marcus?
I think in his own weird reversion to when the children were small, Marcus used to get really dry skin as a kid.
Used to get eczema?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Sweets has the lotion out and is putting some on these burnt cracks in his skin.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't move or make any motion that he is even present here. He's breathing, though. You can hear the steady breathing. You can touch his heart or his pulse, and it seems okay as far as you understand. What did you roll, Lorelei?
8 was a crit.
8 with a crit. Perfect. You are going to employ your mother's touch on both Marcus and Tiara, even though Marcus has had it employed on him before and it hasn't woken him up. You can tell that both Marcus and Tiara are okay. Physically, they're okay. They seem to both be suffering from a spiritual ailment in the sense where, at the moment, they are just weak spiritually.
They'll be okay. You just need time.
I agree. I need to see if my place is still up.
Do you want company?
And Sweets will look to Finley and Maggie. You two good here?
Moorwalker looks at you and says, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Bertrand's got the kids, and I'll stay with her.
Yeah, you should take the chance to get to know your mother-in-law too, asshat. And Sweets will hug him tight.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for keeping her safe.
For the rest of my days.
That's my son. And he'll press his forehead to Finley's.
Maggie takes your hand, so that she's in the bed with Tiara and is sort of cradling her. She takes your hand before you leave and she says, I'll come find you before we lay down.
Yes, please. And he'll kind of reach out and take Lorelei's hand in his and start walking.
She tenses, but goes with it.
What's wrong?
It is just a lot. Tired.
Can Sweets make me a wits and insight, please?
Sure can.
For mechanical reasons, Lorelei, I need to inform you that sitting at 3 boxes of Hoglosk, it is difficult for you to feel empathy.
Yep.
For the fallen and for those who are weak or weakened.
Right.
4 successes.
Yes, Lorelei seems cold in a way that, Lilette was cold, but not in this way. It's odd.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. What's wrong with you? I'm fine.
You're further away than you usually are, kid.
I'm fine, Sweets. This was my first big fight. Can't expect me to bounce back right away.
That's not what I'm expecting. I want to show you something. If it didn't burn up. And I want you to keep it, and I want you to keep it safe.
Okay.
Is Sweet's cabin burnt down?
Your cabin is not burnt down, but it has a lot of scorch marks. There is a massive hole in the side of it. You can patch that up temporarily with some tarp, but it doesn't look super great. But it hasn't crumbled.
The photo from Grunewald.
Yes, it's still in there.
Sweets will kind of, I think, pick it out of some of the rubble. I think the glass is cracked for the frame. He'll dust it off. And he'll hand it to Lorelei.
I have to ask, Sweets. Because Marcel is Maggie's cousin, therefore family, was he in the picture?
Yeah.
Who is he standing next to?
He's standing next to Sweets, and Sweets has his arm around him.
She'll take it and, correct me if I'm wrong, I should be at 0 rage because I've chipped down from greatness. Okay.
Unfortunately,
Can I increase it?
for this, I will let you increase to 1, yes.
Okay. Yeah, it takes everything in here not to... She'll crease the corner. And it takes everything in her to not rip it apart.
This is my family.
Why are you giving me this?
I hope one day you can get a picture of your family like this. Elias and Cascada with, little ones. Timber. Hannah. Lydia.
I mean, you should get the chance to take a picture with us too. Would certainly be better than this. Because it kind of slips out.
Marcel wasn't always bad. You don't have to be that either.
I have to be what I have to be to stop him.
Honey, you don't need to be anything other than who you are.
No, that's not true. It's not true at all, sweets.
It is. I've seen you. You changed for the first time in the presence of a Fomori, and you killed it on your own. You did that. With no help from anyone else. No great spirit laid claim to you and gave you a tribe. You did that as a lost pup. I've seen flybearers bring down Garu with deed names, Lorelei, and you did that on your own. There is no strength, no wisdom that anyone can give you that is not already inside of you.
That isn't true either. I didn't ask to be pack leader, but I sure as hell made choices for it.
You
For
did.
the sake of everybody.
You did. And whatever path you walk, you bring them down it with you. I know holding on to that wolf paw couldn't have been easy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner.
It's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault, but I'm still sorry it happened. For a long time, Lorelei, I thought I was too tired to go anywhere. That I was too tired to leave. It was just the weight of shit I didn't need to carry. Being replaced with knowing what I needed to do. It was exhausting, and you're exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
It's okay. You're doing fine. I'm worried about you, but you're doing fine. I'm always gonna worry about you. Even when I'm not here, I'm close. Okay?
Okay.
Now, mainly, I wanted to give you this because look at how this Marcus was in a ponytail phase at this age, and I feel like you had to fucking see that shit. I mean, it's funny as fuck.
She'll let out a laugh and a tear will kind of slip into her mouth and she'll realize she was crying.
There you go. There you go. Hey. Lilette's proud of you, and I think you should put her name on the tree. I think that would help you. I know we buried her together, but everyone who comes here should know the name Lorelei Savagewind.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that tonight. Before I go to bed.
Also, you should probably talk to Maggie. She doesn't know you're her great niece. I think she'd like to know that.
I'd like that. I like Maggie.
Your family. You're not alone.
Sweets and Lorelei have that touching moment inside his cabin. We're going to move over to Timber. Now, Timber, you're having a touching moment too, but it's not in the same way that Sweets and Lorelei are. Right now, you're attempting to console your sister, Hardrain, who has just tonight lost her entire pack. She is the only survivor. And she is outside of the cabin where their bodies are, almost in shell shock. Pinecones is with you as well. He has his arm around her, but she's unmoving. She's fully healed. She's not burnt anymore. But she hasn't spoken a word since the Loon Spirit was saved.
I think Timber is just kind of leaning on her, trying to like take some of that weight, because Timber doesn't understand how to take the weight that's inside her, but she can at least hold her. Do you want to eat?
Pinecones sort of attempts to move his face in front of hers so that she'll speak to him, and he says, We can go look rabbit. Timber and Ike, we can find you rabbit. But she doesn't say anything.
Timber can hunt rabbit for rain, and we can be sad together and not. Rain not alone.
And then she speaks when you say that, and she says, No, Rain alone.
No, Timber here, Pinecones here. We not leave Rain alone.
Pinecones has pack. Timber has pack. Hardrain is new, runs without a pack.
Only for now.
She shifts down to her lupus form, goes up the 3 or 4 steps of the cabin where packmates' bodies lay, and she just sort of curls herself up on the porch.
Timber is gonna get close to Pinecones.
Pinecones looks distraught. He doesn't know what to do, and he is an Arun, and so what he does instead, again, completely inappropriate for the situation, but we are dealing with werewolves here, and he picks up a piece of wood that's laying bare on the ground, and he just chucks it against the side of one of the cabins.
Pinecones, come with Timber. We get Rain food.
I don't know what to do, Timber. I don't understand.
Timber doesn't know either.
Elias, you can hear this commotion as you laid Cascada in the bed and changed her wounds, fixed them up, and she has started to drift off to sleep without food. You can hear Pinecones and Timber yelling at each other. And this is the scene you come upon. You see Hardrain sleeping, or not sleeping, but curled up, where you know the 3 dead werewolves are.
What's going on?
Rain needs food. That will fix something.
There's no fixing, Timber. They're dead, and we can't make it better. Why can't we make it better, Wormfoe?
Do something.
I think that the resolve that he showed to Hannah is kind of cracking a little bit, seeing Timber.
Explain to us human feelings.
Make it stop hurting.
Everyone shut up. And I'm going to sit down and kind of hold my hands out to these pups. Gimme. Your hands, gimme.
Timber's gonna kind of look at Pinecones and put her hand in Elias's.
And he's, I can't give, they're attached. I can't give you.
No, you put on and give back. It's not forever. Nothing is.
This is a connection. Lupusborn, I don't have a full scope of what you guys go through, but this is all very new. You're connected. You formed a pack. It's gone now. And that's something you have to just accept. Hardwin is right. They are gone. But just like you said, it's not forever. You've seen them, the spirits that wander. It's not goodbye. It's an I'll see you later.
But when lost pack first time, we found them again. I
know, and we'll find them again much later, and it's going to be difficult to be away from them, but this is the way things are.
So what, now she has no pack until she die? And then pack again?
No.
So we find her new pack, that's how we fix.
We find new pack for rain, and then the hurt will stop.
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up. It takes time. There is no fix. There is no fixing it. It takes time. That will heal. Much like, you know how humans, when they get cut, they have to wait?
Yes, because humans are stupid. We're not human.
Hardring is not human.
This is a deep cut. Cascada has to wait for her wounds to heal.
Cascada human.
You are of 3 parts. Human, spirit, and wolf. There is a piece of you that has to wait. You have to wait. You can't just go out and find a new pack and fix it all. You have to mourn. You have to honor. You have to wait.
What is word? Mourn. What is word?
Timber's heard that store, but...
To feel sad. To wait. To process. To feel sad. Let it pass over you, through you. Let it take you for a moment. Don't dwell in it, though. Let it pass. Give yourself time to remember to be sad, and then stand up again.
Sounds like stupid human things.
Bad meat in heart.
It takes time, and it's not something you can fix as much as you want to, and it's frustrating. I agree, it's a stupid human thing, but it's something that we have to do.
It's at this moment, Hana, that you have prepared food. How do you sort of rally all the wolves who are here? Crookpaw is here, and Crackteeth, and Licks the Wound. Everyone is here, who is alive.
I don't think this is a moment where everybody's going to want to come to the mess hall. I don't think this is going to be... I think what Hana's going to do is make plates and start bringing them to people. One by one. Kind of just silently placing hands on shoulders and just offering whatever food that she was able to muster up for them.
Hana, as you start filling up plates, even before you can start distributing them, all of you can smell the food, and that thing that's in you, that whether you are human or not, you're hungrier than you ever have been as a werewolf. And even Lorelei and Sweets, as you're sharing this tender moment, you smell food, and every instinct in you says, go get the food.
Let's go.
Nod and start walking.
Pinecones also is sort of waves his hand at you, Elias. We can't understand you humans. You're human things. We will make Hard Rain better. We will fix it. Lupus way.
Run with me later. We'll try the wolf's way.
I get food for Hard Rain.
Good.
Timber's hungry, but sick. Timber doesn't want to eat, but very hungry.
Stay here with Hard Rain. I'll get you a plate, okay, Timber?
temporarily. And Timber's just gonna watch Hard Rain because there's food smell and it's good smell, and that should help.
Yes.
And it doesn't.
she has turned herself away so that the wind that blows doesn't blow by her, so she can't smell it as well. And all of you can sort of gather in general. You sort of find each other with plates of food and Hana. Elias, you bring Timber food, and all of you can gather to have a conversation. And as I mentioned, all of you sort of gather closest to where Timber is. And Timber is sort of standing guard over her sister Hardrain, who is a small red wolf, who is just curled up in the corner of the cabin porch here.
I didn't have a lot to work with, but I did what I could. Here. And she's just gonna, start helping distribute food.
It's things like instant mashed potatoes, things that were sort of in store for an emergency, instant mashed potatoes, some charred corn, some bits of pork. Nothing fancy and not a lot.
As Sweets eats, he would go to Hardrain and just say, I would like to go in and see them. Do you want to come with me?
Hardrain says, no. Not like that.
I understand. Do you want me to say something to them for you?
Just tell them I'm sorry I didn't die with them.
I will. I will tell them. But I will tell you, Hardrain. Every beat of your heart carries their howls.
She curls herself closer, nose to anus, against the corner of the porch.
He just kind of kisses her on top of the head. And he'll go inside.
Does anyone else follow Sweets inside?
Timber's in a spot where she can watch Hard Rain, just scarfing down food.
Mm-hmm. What you see inside Sweets, the very first thing that you think of is one of those times where you had to go pull Ilva out of the Berlin library, and she was face down asleep in a book about, you don't know where it was, you think somewhere south of here, an island maybe, that was covered in volcanic ash. And the bodies of the people were frozen, let's call it, in those positions. And that is what you see on the bed here. Their arms are stretched forward up towards the ceiling. They are practically mummified, encased in ash. Nothing about them anymore is recognizable.
I think Sweets will kind of call for Egil in this moment.
Mm-hmm. Crawls up out of your shirt.
Did I do everything right?
You're asking the wrong hedgehog, pal.
I know I can't protect all of them all the time. I know that.
That's good, because that's true.
But I brought them all here.
If you say so. I like to think that Gaia did.
Gaia chose them. I brought them here.
That's how you want to look at it. Your right of kin-seeking is a gift from the spirits, and the spirits were created by Gaia. But I assume you're not here to talk about philosophy.
No. I just needed a friend, I think.
You got lots of friends.
You know what I mean.
I do. You remember, many years ago, you asked me. Well, you asked me if, about saving Cunevald. Well, you asked Eyes of Frost about saving Cunevald, and I was around. You just couldn't see me yet. I gave him the answer. I think you're finally ready to do what you need to do. I know you need to take your time to mourn. Do whatever it is that you Garu do. But I think after this you'll be ready.
I think you're right. You just got a date with a witch, I guess.
I don't know nothing about that.
Promise you'll stick close when we're in there. I don't know what we're walking into.
I'll try. But witches, nasty business. They have ways of keeping us out, and you out.
Well, she's letting us in, so let's hope that means she's letting you in.
Guess we'll find out.
And I think Sweets will leave a portion of his food as an offering for each of the fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Before he will exit the cabin.
As that was going on, was there conversation happening between you four?
I think Lorelei is like off to the side, farther away from everybody, looking towards the tree.
I think Elias, because correct me if I'm wrong, Elias didn't notice and was putting two and two together with Lorelei's being able to change, correct?
Elias did notice, or at the very least Moorwalker mentioned it.
Yeah, Elias is very clearly just watching Lorelei.
I think Anna is kind of just observing for a moment all of her pack mates and kind of just letting the quiet sit in for a bit. But noticing that, our pack leader is sitting further away, she's gonna scooch up and, what's on your mind?
Nothing you could understand, Anna.
Try me? But we're all here for you. We're all here for each other. Yeah?
Yeah.
I think Anna's just gonna slightly pat Lorelei's shoulder. Give it a bit of a reassuring squeeze. Because, she doesn't know what's going on. And kind of just melt back into the quiet a little bit.
Yeah, while they're standing there and he's just burning a hole in Lorelei with his eyes, he's gonna break away from that and just kind of hug Timber real quick and say, just very quickly, you probably already figured this out, but you know that you were my first, you were the first person, the first wolf that I did kin seeking for. You know that, right?
No. Timber just remembers she threw up on you because I ate the bird. This is much better than the bird.
Yeah, I care about you a lot, Timber. You're like my sister. You are my sister. And it hurts me a lot to see you upset.
Timber knows.
I figured I just wanted to voice it. You're...
Pine cones and timber. Born together with rain. Stick together because we're here together. Elias here because Timber chose Elias. Yes. Like Timber chose Lorelei and Hannah, and Timber did not choose Old Wolf. Old Wolf would not leave Timber alone because Timber was causing problems. You can't just take things that aren't yours, kid, okay? You gotta ask. So, Timber came into world with Rain, and Pinecone's Timber will leave world with Pack.
Anything you need. I'm not good at a lot of things, and comforting is not, it's not my, I can't do that very well, but I'm here for you. If you want to run, if you want to hunt.
Timber can't shift because Timber upset her friend, and Lorelei got forgiven for what did, but because Timber kissed stupid human boy in lungs, because he needed to live, because Old Wolf would cry, and Timber can't deal with Old Wolf crying anymore.
It's not forever. You'll be able, we'll get it sorted, okay?
Timber's lungs still hurt.
I know.
Bad deal. Bad deal.
Well, you don't have to kiss stupid human boy ever again if you don't want to, okay? And we'll get you back on force soon. Okay? I promise.
Maybe Timber will go start a fight.
Be good. Maybe go punch stupid human boy.
Not till he's awake.
Sweets, you exit out of the cabin. And if there's anything you'd like to say to the rest of the pack, as the sun is starting to head up into the sky, it's getting quite bright, and you all need to figure out how you're going to sleep in the middle of the day, but you need to get some rest. You're all exhausted. Beyond exhausted.
I think Sweets will just come out of the cabin and look at everybody. Alright, everybody, it's time to go to bed. Go to sleep. Go to your houses if they're still up. Get some rest. We have to bury the dead when we wake up.
Is the conspiracy cabin still intact? Son of a bitch.
It couldn't last forever.
I made a random roll for everyone's cabins before we did the session a couple weeks ago. No. The conspiracy cabin did not make it. Cascada's cabin made it. Sweets' cabin was damaged but made it. Timber and Pinecone's cabin did not make it. Tiara's cabin did not make it. Lorelei's cabin did make it. Congratulations, Lorelei. And so did Hannah's cabin, for that matter. Timber, I don't know where you're going to sleep.
Right here.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that.
Timber does not have bed, so Timber needs bed.
I think I got a place for you. And Sweets will take Timber to the cabin where Marcus and Tiara are.
Mm-hmm. Elias, so we'll do this in turn order. Elias, do you go to where Cascada is already sleeping? She didn't eat.
I think before he goes to bed, he's going to try to pick out as much as he can from the conspiracy cabin if there's anything to fucking grab up.
No, so I had it on a grading scale. In the conspiracy cabin, I rolled a 1, so no.
No worries. He'll
Tiara's
he'll
cabin, I
waste
also
time.
rolled a 1, if it makes you feel any better.
No worries. He'll waste his time picking through rubble for a little bit and then go to sleep because he's a stubborn idiot.
For a large amount of successes, if you roll me what's an investigation and you get an extra die for the favor, I will let you maybe find something. Maybe. You have to roll really high. Hannah and Lorelei, do you go to sleep?
I go to the tree first.
Of course. Hannah, do you go with Lorelei or do you help Elias pick through trash?
I think considering everything, it would be rude just to follow. So, I think Hana will ask Lorelei first. You want me to go with you?
No, I need a moment with Lila.
I understand. And I don't think she's going to go back to her cabin just yet. I think she wants to spend some time, again, because she didn't actually go in. She just looked at it. She wants to go into the remnants of Kiara's cabin and kind of meditate for a little bit.
Okay. Do you actually want to look for anything, or do you just want to...
I think there's going to be like a little cursory look.
Okay.
Yeah.
With investigation, you don't get an extra die. Must be extremely high. Elias, what did you roll?
I was excited for 2 seconds because I thought it was a crit, but no, it's 2 successes.
Not a
conspiracy
goddamn thing.
I get it here.
3 successes.
Not a goddamn thing.
I'm
Shitting Muncie. Shitting Muncie.
Not a goddamn thing. Lorelei, you head over to the tree, and on the tree, you see that some of the markings have fallen down. They're not damaged, but they have fallen down. You pick up one that says Gentle Mary on it. You never knew who that was. But you put it back on the tree. What is it that you want to do?
She'll kind of pat at her waist, realize she has no writing implements or carving implements, and get real pissed off about it. And then she'll look at her hands and be like, sure.
Make me rich.
Why not? Yep.
Go Glabro.
Yep. I failed.
Whoops. And that puts you to
Whoops.
0. So
Yep.
you attempt to go Glabro. You're pissed that you don't have anything to carve with, and you can't. You're too saddened by the state of affairs here at the cairn, and you lose your rage.
So with that, she'll kind of walk up to the tree and just kind of put her hand in her forehead to it. And be silent for a moment before saying, I'm sorry. You'd be pretty pissed off at me if you were here. And you'd be right for it. I made a mistake. But I didn't know what else to do. Now I'll know better than him. Fuck, I don't even deserve to be here. And she'll push off the tree and start walking back.
Do you head to your cabin?
Yeah.
Sweets, you take Timber to, which is Marcus's cabin, which also did not get destroyed, where Tiara is laying with Maggie, and she's with Tiara. Tiara has started. She's woken up slightly. She's sitting up now. Maggie has given her some food, and Moorwalker is sitting with her, also eating. And Maggie says, "Hello, Timber."
Hello, that takes last. Timber doesn't have fur and has to sleep inside.
Okay.
I just came by. I'm getting ready to turn in for the day.
Yes, we should all sleep.
Yeah. Kind of clears throat and look at Moorwalker and then flash his eyes towards the door.
Walker sort of looks down at Tiara, who's in her bed next to Marcus, like has no idea what the fuck it is that you want.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just gonna go.
Maggie gets up and heads to the door with you, Sweets. And Moorwalker, who's sitting on a chair and has his sort of legs up on the bed where Tiara is. And he says, there's a chair over there. Unless you want to crawl in the bed with Marcus.
No. And Timber's just gonna look at the chair and then just flop on the floor, like lean up against one of the panels, probably by the door.
Moorwalker sort of looks down on you. You want a blanket or something, kid?
Yes.
He takes sort of like a quilted shawl and lays it over you. How about a pillow?
No, Timber would probably fall. The constant vigilance. Timber, sit and sleep, and things will be better tomorrow.
Things always will be.
No, they won't, but that is future Timber problem.
It's a phrase that we humans say.
Hmm.
Things are always darkest before the dawn. It's not true, but I like it anyway.
That does not make sense. When the sun rises, it's light. And it was dark before. It's not more dark in dark. It's just dark.
What it means is that just before there is light, everything seems its darkest.
Is that because when you get light shined on you, you go blind for a moment? Timber used that to escape.
You're a real sweet kid, you know that?
Timber doesn't know what you mean.
Jurgen talks about you all the time. I think he wants to grow up to be just like you. I can't break it to him that he will never be Wolfborn.
Jurgen Wolf. Just don't know it yet. Very good at stealing from kebab cart.
Yes, thank you for that, Timber.
Timber is tired. Timber would like to sleep now.
Go to sleep. I'll be vigilant. Keep you safe.
And Timber's gonna pass out because Timber is very, very hurt.
Sweets and Maggie head to their cabin. A cabin that they're sharing now.
And Sweets will kind of shrug his shirt and his sweater off, and it's a bunch of very deep set bruising and burns. Yeah, I'm just feeling it, I think. Not healing as fast as I used to.
I'm surprised that you're still standing at all, as am I.
I'm not. The last thing to go is your strength.
Are you ready to save Grunewald?
I'm ready to fulfill my promise to Boar.
Our children, the ones that live, are as safe as they will ever be. As prepared as they will ever be for the world without us.
Lorelei is Marcel's daughter.
Yes, I did think there was something familiar in the eyes.
I'd really like it if you'd spend some time with her tomorrow.
If she is willing and open to it. She seems very distracted right now.
She's hurting.
Yes.
They all are.
I know. They are so young. They have seen so little deaths.
You never forget the first time.
Neither will they.
I loved Provan and Viamini. They were good. Good people. I'm gonna miss them.
We will see them again. You sooner than the rest of us, I think. So having said that, fass mich an. She lays in bed.
Sweets will crawl in bed with Maggie and sleep.
Mm-hmm. That is where we're going to stop here for a very short break. Hello, everyone. We're back from our break. This is of Bane and Blood still. That hasn't changed. Still, we're in episode 8, Interlude of Death. And where we left off is the pack and the rest of the cairn, who is still on this side of the mortal coil, have gathered together, eaten, rested after their very long battle here at the cairn, and for some of them, a battle that occurred back in Berlin, also in the Umbra. And everyone has slept, and the sun is beginning to go down as all of you wake up, and we are going to start with Timber. You are the first to wake, because you're not sleeping anywhere very comfortable. You're sleeping on a cold dirt floor that has just been covered over with sort of like a thin, almost like a cheesecloth type of fabric that has just been covered over it to simulate a floor. There's not actually a floor here. It is a dirt floor in actuality. And you wake up, and you don't see Moorwalker in the cabin. You see Tiara is here, but she is sort of waking up, and Marcus is asleep. Or in a coma, as the case may be. Tiara does eventually open her eyes, and she looks very strange. Can you roll me a Wits and Insight really quick as you wake up?
Yeah, because Timber's so great at that. Oh yeah, actually Timber's pretty good at that. Yeah, no, that's right. With an insight.
Mm-hmm.
With my no rage. Oh, sick.
And I need to make the point that the sun is going down. It is dusk.
I love that. Moon quickened. It's gonna...
Everyone may
that'll be
restore their
nice.
willpower as well. Full willpower restoration I will allow.
So, Lydia was yesterday?
Yes, but I'm going to allow full willpower restoration for everyone.
You are a kind and malevolent storyteller.
Correct.
3 successes.
Yeah, you have this very strange sensation. Of course, the cabin is drafty. It's definitely was never secure, even on the best of days. Not really, and even less so now with the destruction that's happened at the cairn. You feel the wind blowing quite severely into the cabin, blowing around Tiara. You see her hair moving, the blankets that are around her moving, and she sits up quite suddenly, and she gets up out of bed, and she says, "Timber, where is Lorelei and Hannah?"
Pack mates were at the cabin.
They're in their cabin.
Last time Timber saw where they were walking.
She doesn't listen to the rest of your words, and she leaves.
Or you can ignore Timber. Okay.
And as she leaves, the wind goes with her.
Timber's thinking something happened, and she got to play the same trick that old wolf did.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an empty bed now?
Yes, and Marcus's comatose body is still here.
So Timber's gonna sit on the bed. Try and get comfy, and it just keeps, looking over at Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Then she gets up, and she kind of paces back and forth at the end of his bed.
He looks terrible, Timber. He's covered in, as I've described before, what can only be called vivisection scars. They're all cracked and burnt and starting to scab over. Looks like the Bane was attempting to burst through him, literally.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of get down and kind of sniff at where the scars are, and then get close to his face and sniff around where his mouth and his nose are.
You smell no corruption on him.
Timber,
made deal that you live, that stupid human boy live. So wake up. Maybe it was Bane who played trick on Timber. Good trick. Stupid trick. Painful trick. Why human? Father wolf, mother wolf, and the stupid human boy. Gaia didn't choose stupid human boy. Why should Timber? Marcus owes Timber life. Timber made deal for that, so wake up. She's gonna kind of move so the blankets are on him from where she slept. And just kind of pace around some more. And then leave.
For your clarification, Timber, you are at 2 rage, and Marcus...
Yes!
And Marcus did not make any motion whatsoever. Outside of breathing.
Yeah. All she's thinking is he has to wake up because he owes her an explanation.
Perhaps...
Even though she doesn't want it.
Perhaps you will get your wish at some point.
Yeah.
Lorelei and Hannah, you awake 1 rage as you slept in a bed. That is the best sleep you're going to get as a werewolf. You hear someone outside of your cabins, and your cabins are fairly close to each other, and you hear a rapping on your cabin, Hannah, someone rapping on it, and on then immediately, Lorelei, you hear someone rapping on yours.
Open the door.
Yeah, Hannah's just gonna get right up out of bed, and she slept in her clothes. She's just gonna go right into open the door.
Outside of your door, you see Tiara. She's, of course, long dark hair, still disheveled. She's still wearing the same blue dress she was wearing when she was fighting in the Umbra. It's slightly torn in places. She has a few gray streaks in her hair.
I would like to hug her.
Certainly. You go up and you hug her, and Tiara seems almost like she's not really here, or she's in a rush to be somewhere else. And so she's completely shocked and surprised when you hug her. It takes her out of the moment for a second, and then she acquiesces and hugs you back.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of just like unintelligible like murmuring happening into like Tiara's side at that.
And she sort of puts her hands around your face and says, "You did very well, Hannah."
Looking up at Tiara, and there are tears streaking down her cheeks, and I thought I was gonna lose you too. I'm glad you're here.
As am I. And she holds her hand out for you, Lorelei.
Take it.
She brings you over and sort of puts her hand on your face as well, one on Hannah's, one on yours. She says, "I need both of you to do something very important for me."
What do you need?
I need you to lead the funeral rites.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know how to do it, ask my father. I know he knows. He can show you. It should be done by a Theurge.
Right. Are you going to be absent?
Yes. Northwind is pulling me somewhere. I need to go into Berlin.
Surely you can't go alone.
I will go where Northwind guides me. He is my patron now.
I understand. Gonna press her forehead against Tiara again.
I need to go find my father. Thank you, Lorelei. for getting everyone out of the Umbra last night.
Doing my job.
She squeezes both of your hands before leaving. Sweets, you are in bed with Maggie. You are both in your lupus forms after your night together. Switch to your lupus forms to sleep. It's most comfortable. And you hear a rapping on the door. Both of you sort of come to attention immediately as you are in your canine forms.
I think Sweets will leap out of the bed, go to the door, open it with his teeth.
Mm-hmm. You see it's Tiara standing there.
Hello?
She gets down on her knees and she says, Papa, Northwind is calling me into Berlin.
Go.
I won't be here for the funeral. I need you to teach the Theurges the right if they don't know it. I don't think Cascada is well enough to do anything.
They've done the ritual before. They know it. But I will show them again, for good measure.
I don't understand Northwind. I'm trying.
I think you understand well enough. It blows, you go.
I'll be back, I hope.
And if not, it will be because Northwind sent you somewhere else. This is our way.
And she says, tell Ma Walker to take care of the children if I don't come back.
Take him with you. He's a silent strider. They're the only ones who can keep up.
Do you think that's wise? Not offensive to Northwind?
I think he is your husband, and Northwind delights in this. You spend too much time apart as it is. And that is something I know something about.
All right, I'll go find him.
I love you.
And she hugs you. I love you.
Tell your mother goodbye, or I'll never hear the end of it.
She walks past you into the cabin, and Maggie has turned back to her Homid form. And she gives her mother a hug. And they say their goodbyes. Their Auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Move over to Elias. Elias, you awake in your cabin. 1 rage at the moment. Sweets, you're also at 1 rage. And Cascada doesn't look super great when you look over at her. She's still laying in the same spot where she was in the bed, and her wound smells poorly.
She's still asleep?
She is, and she's sweating rather profusely.
I need to clean it. I need the highest proof alcoholic I can find. I'm going to begin getting to work on getting medical supplies together, whatever we have.
What you have is sparse at best. And as you are looking through her things, and Cascada sort of just murmuring to herself, you think she might be running a fever, someone raps on the door.
I'll check who it is.
It's Finley.
What's up, buddy?
Tiara needs to go into Berlin. Don't know why. She doesn't know why. Northwind is guiding her there, and I'm going with her. Do you need anything? Do we need food, supplies? What do we need? Give me a list.
I need medical supplies. Cascada's not doing well. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Looks over. Looks like what happened to Talia. That fucking shit got gangrenous.
What did we do to fix it?
Human shit. Got her antibiotics, stuff like that. Is that what you need?
I need that, yes.
Alright. Alright. I'll get it.
Will alcohol clean the wound? Is that going to help? Or am I just pouring gasoline on fire?
No. Keeping the wound cleaned is the bare minimum that you can do. Keep her hydrated. Antibiotics, penicillin is your best friend.
Got it.
I know a doctor in town. I'll get some syringes out here.
Get everything you can, please.
I will.
Thank you, Finley.
Good luck with the funeral. Give them my best.
Of course. I'll give him just a squeeze before he leaves. Just a quick hug.
And he sort of whispers to you, if whatever is taking Northwind, taking Tiara, if it's bad, take care of my kids.
As if they were my own.
Sort of pats you on the face and bounds down the stairs. Turns into his lupus form as you see Tiara, sort of towards the edge of the cairn, has already turned into her lupus form, and they both race off to the city of Berlin. Maggie is going to go stay with Marcus and make sure that he gets as much water and nutrients in him as she possibly can in his comatose state, without medical supplies.
So when Maggie opens the door, Timber goes lupus and just books it out to go find Elias.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't faze Maggie at all.
She will, as she's running past Maggie, just run up against her legs.
You get the feeling that Maggie's first priority upon waking up was not to feed herself or anything of that nature, was to grab whatever she could for Marcus and to go. That she is extraordinarily dedicated to her children.
Yeah. Now that she's back.
Now that she's back.
So, yeah, Timber's booking it, trying to find Elias.
Do you grab the old man or your Theurge is on the way?
Yes. Definitely checking on the old man.
How is the old man doing?
Well, Sweets is also in his lupus form. Just a really huge gray wolf. And I think Sweets is just going to acknowledge Timber and then grab a few pieces of wood from the wreckage of his cabin, enough that there's a piece for Lilette's name, Provon's name, Fiamini's name, Speaks with Spirit's name, and bring them to that stone in front of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do the Howl of Gathering.
And you notice you do the Howl of Gathering. Some people are coming out, but you notice Elias hasn't.
We'll wait. As long as we need to, we'll wait.
Timber, you head over to Elias, you grab Lorelei and Hannah, and all of you enter into Elias's cabin, and all of you can see that Cascada is not doing well. You smell the rot of her wound immediately as you enter in.
What's wrong with her?
She has to heal like a human, and we're gonna I need to clean the wound. I need alcohol. I need spirits. But
Let's see what we have.
Finley's gonna grab antibiotics, and he's gonna bring them back, and we're gonna take care of this, but it's just gonna take time.
For spirits, do you want me to see what we have in the mess hall?
I need the highest proof alcohol you can find. I need to keep the wound clean.
Yeah.
Timber.
When Elias says spirits, like the ones mate makes?
Yes, actually, hold on, but not sweet. It needs to be clean.
Before she ruined fruit, yes?
Yes.
I'm gonna need everyone to empty their pockets, please.
This dress doesn't have pockets.
No, it does not. Timber does not have pockets either. It was an expression.
Hana is actually already just turning inside out the small pockets that she does have.
Yeah, the only thing you really have in there of that might be of any value to anyone is you have a vape pen in there.
Yeah.
Hmm, no.
Elias will empty his pockets. I don't think he has much, except for I think notably he's going to keep the dagger on his belt, and then I think he would remove his rings, whatever Crow needs.
So Timber's gonna take the rings and then also look for something of Cascada's.
Sure. Wits investigation.
It's for her life, so it's not weird that we're ransacking her den while she's dying.
It's just a tax she didn't know she had to pay.
Exactly. Life tax.
Life tax.
That is 2 successes. No.
You can attempt what you have to see if Crow wants it or will ask for something else.
This not enough. Unless we ask very, very nice of friend.
What exactly does Crow need?
What value, but shiny, but the value more to person.
Hana's going to clutch at the necklace that Lydia had given her all those years ago.
Too much.
I will place the dagger in the pile.
It's up to Timber for when Timber wants to. Well, Crow comes when Crow wants to, but Timber can also call Crow.
Timber starts to howl for her friend.
And all of you see an ethereal crow appear on Timber's head. And it sort of looks down at you between your eyes, and it says,
Hello.
"What want?"
Need antibiotics, alcohol, things like that. For Cascada. Thought Wyrm.
Unicorn need alcohol.
Unicorn need alcohol and
Medicine.
medicine, not heal right.
Crow doesn't do medicine. Crow does alcohol.
Alcohol.
What you give?
Ring, 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 shiny, and dagger. Dagger? Dagger.
The dagger is a talon.
Boring for Crow. Want something else?
What does friend want?
An eye.
I will reach for the dagger. Pick. Left or right?
Does it have... Well, hold on. No. 2 eyes. From dead.
Dead eyes. Not as fresh.
That's why Timber offer 2. And Wyrm. Trophy from fight.
You bring me eye of someone fresh, I give you alcohol.
Elias's mate. Elias call.
I can give it now. Which one do you want? I don't have time for this. I'm sorry. I picked the eye.
He looks at Timber. I take back my voice until you bring me eye. I want it from you, friend. Deal?
Deal.
Squawks, and what appears in front of you is grain alcohol. And he disappears. And you may strike out, remove for the temporarily Crow's Laughter.
Timber will live.
You don't have to do this. I can find alcohol somewhere else. It's fine. We can bargain for the voice.
Timber goes to say something and stops. Deal made. Depends on whether or not worth it. Will
The
fix
cost of
Cascada?
It won't fix her. It'll just slow the degradation.
Will help.
Timber once again goes over to mouth to say something, just shuts it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna clean Cascada's wound.
You remove the bandage and you see that the stitches had opened or not the stitches rather, but just what you attempted to stitch up had opened again in the night. You can see her intestines through the wound. It is so incredibly deep, and there's pus around it. It looks very infected, very bad. It smells horrible. It's almost a miracle that these claws did not kill her.
Do everything I can with what tools I do have.
Do you want me to sew that back up?
I could use your help, yeah.
So we're gonna make a wits and a medicine for Elias, and for Lorelei, we're gonna do. I gave you especially in craft for this, didn't I?
Yes, you give me sewing.
I gotta do either wits
I
and
guess.
craft or dexterity and craft, whichever's higher for you.
6 with the crit.
Perfect.
I had to spend a willpower 4.
Perfect. So you clean it efficiently, and Lorelei, you sew it up even better. You sort of look at the patch job that Elias had done, and you cut all that away, pull all those strings out, and redo it entirely. However that makes Elias feel is however that makes Elias feel.
I mean, the medicine knowledge that he has is just surviving on the streets. So this is, it's a rush job. We sew.
Lorelei looks like she might have done some professional sewing, or at least amateur professional sewing at one point. Sweets, as you're out by the tree and people are starting to gather, Crookpaw comes out, and Pinecones is with him, and they are carrying the bodies, the burnt up bodies. Crack Teeth brings up the very back with the final one, all three of them. And Crookpaw says to you, we make barrows in the cairn, yes? We dig?
In the roots of the trees. Yes.
Is that barrows? That's not barrows.
It's close. It's as close as I know how to get.
In Ural Mountains, where I'm from, we put them in the rock, so you could go visit ancestral spirits, speak with other Garu for advice and help. Do you want to do that?
Do you know how?
Yes.
Then do.
So does Cascada, but Cascada is sick.
Then do. I need to speak with Cracked Teeth.
Where you want.
Around the tree.
Okay. He lays the bodies down and...
As he lays the body down, I'll just kind of like nip at him a little bit
Mhm.
to get his attention.
To Crookpaw.
Yes.
Mhm.
Did you recognize the one who led the attack here?
He looks at Pinecones. Yes.
You remember the words I spoke to you?
You speak so many words.
We had same enemy. your mate. I'm sorry. I know you are not, but I am.
He looks at Pinecones again, and Pinecones looks very confused, and he says, I'm sorry for pups.
I finished her myself. Save the pup's heartache.
Thank you.
You would have done the same for me.
Yes.
And I'll just nod and then side over to Crack Teeth.
And Pinecones is sort of looking between you two and is, there's this face that Pinecones makes, especially when he's in his Homid form, of just when he doesn't understand something, he just gets angry.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I'll side over to Crack Teeth. Where is your sister?
She's, okay. She's got hit with one of those claws and fire. Her shoulder's dislocated, and she's gonna have to wait to heal like a person.
The two of you speak with Hana Eats the Spiral.
About what?
She is your sister.
What?
Your father and Leah Eats the Marrow were close after your mother passed.
That doesn't sound like my dad.
Forgive me for saying so, but you hardly knew him, Crack Teeth. I knew him well.
And what am I supposed to say to her?
Celebrate. Your family grew. Always cause for celebration.
For some reason, I don't feel much like celebrating today.
Then not today. You speak today. But you don't need to celebrate today. I'm sorry for your losses.
I can't wait to get the fuck out of here and back to Berlin.
But you speak to Eats the Spiral today. Yes.
Fine.
Thank you.
All three of them switch to their hit.
You almost said himbo form.
Himbo form.
Switch to the himbo form.
It's only one himbo in Berlin, and it's Kasim. Anyway,
everything I just had in my brain just immediately gone.
Someone needs to save that himbo, okay?
Only Adelaide can save that himbo. A hispo form, so sorry. And they begin digging. Elias, Lorelei, Hana, and Timber can exit out of Elias's cabin, and you see them all digging. Hardrain has followed slowly behind. She's still in her lupus form, and she is sitting, watching them dig graves for her pack. And you may all converge now.
Stop by Hardrain. Sit by her and kind of rub her shoulder up against hers.
What do now, Timber?
Timber will be sad with Hardrain, and we sing for them together. And keep going till not hurt.
But Timber, you leave back to Berlin.
Timber does not want to leave Rain. But Timber has to. For Gaia. For Timber must keep safe.
I think Hardrain stay here at Kern with Daddy Crookpaw.
Take the time to stitch together.
I think Daddy Crookpaw also sad. Don't know why.
Daddy Crookpaw kept calling Cascada Mother. Daddy Crookpaw confused and sad. Maybe because a fight got hurt.
No, something else make him sad. Maybe you ask. Pinecones shouldn't ask. I don't have what is human word. Capacitate to ask.
The cup too full.
Yeah. Also full, also empty.
Yes. Too many cup with human. Timber ask. Maybe Rain go hunt with Timber after? Timber has to go steal eyes.
Take pine cones. Hard rain no good for hunting. Hard rain no good for anything.
Hard rain good. Hard rain just full cup right now. And she's gonna lean her head on Hard Rain and then go find Crookpaw.
Sweets, you see the Theurge's approach as well as Elias. Do you have anything you'd like to say to them as the digging is happening?
You remember how we did the right when we buried Lilith?
I do.
I believe so, yeah.
Tales to the wind, howl the names of the departed. You will lead the right today.
Okay.
It's needed.
Good.
Go ahead, shift in the lupus.
Sweets, you also notice that Cascada is not here.
She is going to need time to heal.
I can't. Nothing I can do.
I have received wounds like those. Takes months. Painful. Must fight disease with plants.
Lorelei, you shift to Lupus. Make me a race check.
Yes.
I would also
That's
like
good.
to.
Perfect. Yes, make me a race check.
Success.
Switch to Lupus. Timber, you go off and you find Crookpaw. He's in his Hispo form. He's digging. He's digging along with Pine Cones and Crack Teeth. They're all digging. Place to bury them. What do you say?
Timber's gonna just start helping with digging.
Mm-hmm.
Hard rain is very sad.
Crookpaw sort of humps and says, yes, Pack is dead. That is sad.
Daddy Crookpaw's pack is not. Why sad?
Who say I'm sad?
Hard rain says not well. Did you hurt in fight? That was what Timber thought.
Yes, hurt. Better now.
Then why still sad?
Worried about Cascada.
Daddy Crookpaw said mother.
Yes?
Timber made deal, so she'll be fine. Better not healed, but better. Is good. Long time to heal, though.
What you want know, Timber?
Timber does not want to know. Timber wants to get something for hard rain, so something that Timber can fix for hard rain. Daddy Crookpaw always okay, so easy fix. Yes.
Daddy Crookpaw not always okay.
Yes.
No. Little Wolf. Not always okay. No one always okay.
Then speak to Littlemore. Pup's here. And she goes to say something, and it doesn't come out again.
Daddy Crookpaw was not good father. Is not good father.
No. And?
Wants to be. Thought it's better with Mama.
Mama gone. Mama.
Yes, Mama gone.
Left.
Old man said he killed Mama.
What?
Were you not there?
Timber. No. No.
The Black Spiral Dancer. Was
No.
Mama.
No. And Timber starts to get super agitated.
Yes,
He
so does
stops
Pinecones.
digging.
Pinecones stops
Yeah.
digging, and everyone can hear this now as Timber is screaming, no, no, in the Garu tongue, to her father. And Pinecones, ooh, wants to roll me what's an insight? We're at a funeral, but we're a bunch of werewolves. I need to make a decision if Pinecones is going to go after Daddy Crookpaw or if he's going to go after Sweets. I need to make a random roll for that. Oh, Sweets. Okay, well, whoopsies. He says Hipspo form. Athletics is all he knows.
4 on a crit.
Good? That's good.
Guys, we're so good at funerals.
Oh my god, you're the best.
Best.
You're the best at funerals. 4 is enough. Elias, what'd you roll?
3.
3 is not enough. 3 is not enough. Hannah, you are the only one who's, and since Sweets didn't roll for some reason, Hannah, you are the only one who sees that Pinecones looks infuriated, and he looks at Crookpaw and he snarls, and you think he's going to go after Crookpaw. You don't know the conversation because you just hear Timber screaming, no, 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 at Crookpaw, but instead Pinecones turns around in his Hispo form and lunges at Sweets. Sweets, Dex Athletics real quick for me.
Can do. I am in lupus form, so no bonus dice.
Nope. You can add an extra die for Hana, because if you roll bad, I'm going to have Hana sort of bat Pinecones out of the way in her
I'll do it too.
form.
I'll fucking
yeah.
in front of that
You're
shit.
just in lupus. If you were in Hispo, it'd be a little different, but you're just in lupus, and this is fast acting.
Crit plus swim for 5.
Okay, perfect. Don't need the extra dice from Hana. You can meet his... He tackles on top of you, but he's not going to hurt you. And this is 5 to 5.
That being said,
pins you down.
Considering everything, just like I would like to rapid shift into Hispo.
Yeah, perfect. Rage check.
Success.
Okay. Yes, you can rapid shift to Hispo. But we're going to play out the scene in case we need you. Pinecones pins you down. And he says, "You kill my mama?"
No. I killed what Mama became. Mama live in your heart, Pinecones. Forever. No one can take that from you.
Pinecones, still holding you down, looks at Timber. And Timber, you can hear this.
Mama made whippoorwill call. Nearly took Timber and Elias too. Had to stop her. I'm sorry.
They made Mama dance?
Whippoorwill made Mama dance. Marcel Night Mist made Mama dance. April made Mama dance. Since the sweet water is not your enemy, eats Pinecones.
Did you know? And she's looking at Crookpaw.
Did I know what and when?
Did Daddy Crookpaw know what Mama became?
Not until she came here. No. She was just Wolf.
Why did no one look for Mama like Sweets looked for Timber and Pinecones and Hard Rain?
Crookpaw looks at you, Sweets.
She had not yet changed. I couldn't find her. The cult of Fenris, they take wolves, change in front of them, force them to change. If they do not, they kill them. Mama changed, was given to the dancers, was given to Whippoorwill.
No more. This stops now.
And Timber's rage increase?
Sure. Yes.
Because we learned about where they're making them change.
Mm-hmm. In a surprising act, Crookpaw shifts out of his... Almost at Himbo again. Shifts out of his Hispo form.
Out of that Himbo form.
and to his Homid form. And he hugs you, Timber, in your Lupus form.
I think Timber just leans into him for a few moments and then backs up.
We go back to city and stop this. No more lost pups.
No more lost pups.
No more.
There will always be lost pups. Kin seekers find them.
Crookpaw turns to you, Sweets, and he says, "No. My daughter says no more lost pups. She will make sure no more lost pups."
Then Timber must learn the right. I teach.
Before we go to care.
Yes. I teach.
The graves are being dug, have been dug. And I need my Theurges to spend me a point of willpower.
Okay.
And roll me. We're so close here next to the tree. I don't even think you need to roll me. I think you just need me to spend a point of willpower, because you just have to roll me. Unless you failed the... do it anyway. Do Resolve in Wisdom? Resolve in Wisdom or Intelligence in Wisdom? It's Resolve in Wisdom, isn't it? Pretty sure it's Resolve. Resolve in Wisdom. Just at least roll me one.
Two.
Perfect.
3.
Perfect. You see that now that the graves are being dug deeply enough, you see sitting in the tree are 3 vulture spirits.
Greetings, spirits.
Hi.
You are laying Garo bodies down for us.
Yes.
Making barrows.
Yes.
We accept your offering.
Bow my head.
Hana will follow suit.
They fly down into the graves and dissipate.
Hana's just going to take that instance in realizing that the others can't see that. She's going to say, the offering has been accepted by the spirits.
Crookpaw looks at you and says, "Then we don't need dig no more. Put the bodies in. Wormfoe, my son is angry right now. You put the body in for him."
Yeah.
3 bodies go in. Start covering them with dirt. And Sweets, would you like to help these Theurges with the funeral rites?
Surely will.
All right. You may walk us through it. You may ad-lib as much as you like. My Theurges may add anything that they would like to. The spirits are listening.
Sweet starts by kind of putting his head on the backs of their necks to kind of put their noses down to the dirt. And then flicking some dirt up in the air as they pull their heads back, turning their tails to the wind and howling the names of the departed.
Elias, are you in a form, or are you remaining in your Hamid form?
I think Elias remains in Hamid.
So you remain in Hamid. Maggie and Talia approach you and stand to either side of you as they hear that the rite is beginning. They're also in their Hamid forms. Howl the names of the departed. My Theurges, one more roll, please. Actually, I need everyone to make this roll. I need everyone to make me resolve and wisdom rolls. I need 2 successes only.
That's 2 crit dice, so 4 successes. Yeah.
Resolve and wits.
No, resolve and wisdom.
Great chance to get added to this, correct?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, too.
Come on. Come on,
Oh
Timber,
shit!
you can do it.
I just got 2 crits.
Perfect. I need only 2 successes. You can all do it. What did you roll, Lorelei? 2 successes. See, perfect. 2 is your magic number. Every time I ask you for this roll, you roll me 2 successes. It's your magic number. It's perfect.
I'm so glad there's no such thing as a messy crit.
Was it for loud?
12 successes for Sweets.
Sure. Why not? Why the fuck not?
Old wolf.
Come on, Elias. Don't-
7. I had to spend willpower.
Don't
again.
stop spending willpower. You're killing me.
I will always. I refuse. Fucking. There's a
I
resource.
refuse to fail. I will not be Tulio here. No, I'm joking. Tulio's not a failure.
That's a fact. He'll constantly with his fucking botches, dude.
I love him. As you all stand there and howl and perform your rites, and Crookpaw howls and Crackteeth howls, Pinecones does as well. You see the 3 figures of the deceased appear as spirits. Speaks with spirits, Provan Walsh and Viomini. And they look as they did last night when you first arrived at the cairn. However, they are practically entangled in black tendrils all around them. Viomini still looks just as distressed as she did that night, and she just very weakly says, "It hurts."
This can't be right.
Do you know what's happening? What do you feel?
Speaks with spirits, says, "Something's wrong. Something's rotten in the state of Denmark."
Based on what the PowerPoint presentation we got about the Shadowbane, can I make an educated guess?
Ooh, you can make me an intelligence and occult.
Oh, yes, please.
This also isn't the first time, at least Hana's seen this specific.
No, you saw it last night.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also black streaks in the glass tubes?
Yep. That's what I. Yeah.
You remembered that, huh?
Yep.
I do.
That's what I was getting
this
at.
the
Yeah.
player. Look, Timber is just sitting with Hard Rain, crying and howling together
Mm-hmm.
with her one intelligence and no occult.
Love
Yeah,
that for her.
that's what I was getting at. So if there's any way I can help with this,
Yeah, Lorelei can add an extra die for Hana. Roll one more.
7 was a crit.
7. You think, based on everything that you know, that whatever this dangerous relic is in the city that the Black Spiral Dancers were making essentially Fomori to go find, that, you know, the Cult of Fenris is also looking for reasons that you don't know, that Crackteeth didn't know either, and that these Aprou and these wool workers are also looking for. Whatever it is bad enough to be affecting spirits? Be your guess? Doesn't seem to be affecting Crow. Crow seemed fine. Doesn't seem to affect the vulture spirits. They seem fine. But maybe it's human spirits it's affecting.
Her eyes will go back and forth as she's thinking. That Shadowbane. It's decaying spirits, but not greater spirits, just people.
I've seen this before too. Not just in people. The glass tubes that we followed, they had him. This is what it looked like.
We need to find it.
And Provan, a person you knew in life to be very charismatic, very easygoing, maybe the chillest werewolf you ever knew, especially for one changing so late in life. He says, looks directly at you, Sweets, and he says, "Please, lay us to rest. It hurts."
I will.
You feel a spiritual burden, Sweets, that you've never felt doing this right before. You didn't feel it with Lilette, and you didn't feel it at any other point you've ever done this before. Something, your Theurges are right. Something is wrong. I need a willpower roll from everyone to see if they can pour enough of their spiritual energy to lay them to rest, or something will happen.
It's just unspent willpower, right?
Yes.
I regret my
Hell yeah.
choices.
I don't. This is the first time
Touche,
in
Abby,
several
touche.
sessions that Timber's got fucking all the willpower.
Do
Willpower
rage
for
dice
everyone.
count for this?
Nope. No rage
Okay.
dice.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm very stressed.
1 success.
I need a cumulative amount. 1 is not great.
I'm scared. That's why I haven't dropped the dice yet. I'm gonna do it. Everything's gonna be
And
5.
we cannot reroll willpower. 5 is good.
5, guys. I got 1 for everybody.
4 is all killing me. 4 is also good. Elias?
3.
3 is not bad. And Sweets.
10.
I want proof. Anyway.
I show you.
No,
I show you.
I'm joking. Yes, my cumulative amount that I was
So
looking
you
for
found
was
it.
9. So you're safe. Very good. But Sweets, Sweets, Hannah, and Lorelei, I need to... Now, you've never performed the rite before, so you think maybe this might be normal. This feeling the spiritual burden of laying them down. Sweets, you know this is not normal. There's nothing normal about this. And as you lay them down, they do look suddenly more at peace as their spirits start to dissipate. And Sweets, whether you share with your pack or not that spiritually felt wrong or felt burdensome where it should not have, I will leave it up to you. As the rest of the pack starts throwing dirt and packing the earth down.
Sweets will say, definitely. It shouldn't have been that difficult. Whatever is happening with the spirits, it is making their passing more difficult.
Then we need to, whatever this is, we need to stop it before anything else, before it gets worse.
Just make this a priority.
Crackteeth speaks up and he says, "It is our priority. We're supposed to meet with these fucking leeches who still haven't reached out to us."
Maybe it's time to track them down yourselves.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
We weave our trash for Moorwalker and Tiara. They are in city.
What do you mean they're in the city?
Northwind bid them to the city.
Well, I guess I'll wait till he gets back then.
I do not roll my eyes at the whispers of your spiders, Cragteeth. Please show respect.
Sweets. I'm worried what this might be doing to the spirits trapped at Grunewald.
That is our priority. We must go to Grunewald. We must confront Marcel Nightmist. And we end this. And we reopen the cairn. Then we can cleanse the spirits there. But first, we have been bid to visit this witch.
Oh my god. You don't mean the Witch of Kudum, do you?
Yes.
What do you know about that person?
Not a whole lot, because she's way older than technology, way older than anything that I could find out about her.
She calls herself a witch.
Yeah, I think it's a joke, but just not one we would get.
It isn't a joke.
I think it is.
But she's a leech. Yes?
Yep.
Leech. That's... Can I increase my rage?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Why is an excellent question. Why the fuck are you meeting with her? You wanted to go... If you want to go clubbing, there are many, many, many clubs in Berlin. You don't have to go to that one.
Timber wanted to know why you were looking at witch.
I wasn't looking at her. Bertrand asked me to look into her because Alyosha has a bond with her, in a way that Bertrand doesn't really understand, and I never told you this. But I couldn't really find anything odd about her.
The place with the alley where we found Hannah?
Yeah, and
Timber doesn't want to go. It's so loud.
it is really
So
loud.
loud.
Me and
It's
Pine
loud.
Cones were there a couple of nights ago, and we killed some like servitors of the leeches. It was awesome.
It's a good alley for killing leeches.
So we have to go to Bergane then.
Bargain. Yes.
Good alley for eating pine cones.
Is that a
He'll
joke?
just- He'll look at pine cones.
You're not really going to give him shit for eating the slave of a leech, are you?
It is still man flesh.
Isn't.
Yes.
The litany makes it very clear.
It's a guideline.
It is our law.
Yeah, see, we Ragabash, and he looks at Timber, we like to sort of push that line.
Dead.
And that is freely your line to push so long as you are not consuming.
Greatest of the killed at the first in station. I gave it to Pinecones.
And yet, it should not have been eaten.
You can spank me about it later, alright?
I'm the eldest of this sept, and I am a Philodox. You will observe me.
I promise I won't do it again. How's that?
I can accept that.
Good.
Yes. Now, leech, alley, place, club. What?
If you want, I can outfit all of you with some surveillance.
No,
It-
leave our
Well, yeah,
chat.
I know, not
It's-
you.
It's going to be a good idea. We also need. They only let people in who look the part.
If the witch
Yeah.
invited you personally, you're gonna get in. She owns the place.
Oh, I've been there before.
If the witch invited you personally, you're gonna get in.
I think Hannah's just having this realization of how close to danger she's been whenever she went with her friend.
Just be careful. Near as I can tell, she's been walking the earth for a millennia.
Good. I haven't killed one that old yet.
Dibs.
That seems not fair, as you are old.
Yeah, you see, here's where the problem lies. It's why I warn you, and why I kind of want you to wear surveillance. The one time that I did go in there, I couldn't shift.
No.
She had blood, I guess, glyphs on the walls. And it kept me from shifting. And also, like, I couldn't go up, like, I was trying to sneak upstairs and I couldn't. Like, literally, like, no pass for me.
They have magic all their own.
No, of course they do.
If you want to call it magic.
What would you call it? When one makes a symbol and it elicits an effect.
Wyrm shit.
Worm.
If you can share with me everything you know about the area, any pictures you've taken, anything.
Oh, hell yeah. You want to come to my van? Not for a creepy reason.
I've actually never been more excited to have a question asked for me. Yes, let's go to your van.
Awesome. Crackteeth sort of heads off to your van. Heads off to his van, rather, with you. And as he does that, all of you can see large headlights pulling into the sept. Huge, massive headlights of a truck you've never seen before. It's a Mercedes-Benz truck. anyone like to go investigate it?
Yep.
Suits will go to his human form and kind of put a hand on Lorelei's shoulder. When we're done with this, I got the wood to carve names and hang them in the tree. We should finish this right, and we should finish it together.
She'll nod and shift into human.
Do you stay in Lupus? Timber?
No.
No, Timber.
Oh, oh. It's a new truck. Never seen it before.
Nope.
Cascada did ask that new people. I remember this from way back when.
Yeah,
But
you would
Cascada's
be under the
down.
assumption that it's people.
Yeah, I'll shift back into helmet form myself.
Timber's
Perfect.
gonna like shift back and forth on her paws and then just sigh and go back to her vomit form.
So you make your way out there. Elias, you're first, as you were already on your way out there. You see behind the wheel of the car is Fidley.
That's quick. Hell yeah.
And he jumps out and he throws you a small bag. I didn't really have time to get much, just sort of what I could steal.
God, I fucking love you.
Oh, wait. And he opens the back, and Tiara steps out. And you see there's someone else in the car. It's a woman that you've all seen before. It is the woman from the food pantry, from where you first found Maggie. You believe her name is Aelin.
A place of light.
Correct
Yes.
me if I'm wrong. Because my memories were taken away, and I think Lorelei and I both had our memories of that interaction taken away by a
You
brute.
were, but you did hear about Aelin again. You're not sure from whom or how, because Ulrich has been erased from the timeline. But you did hear someone. You remember someone telling you something about Aelin being an asset.
Hype. And oh, fuck, dude, that was all in the conspiracy cabin. God damn it. Oh, I fucking hate Nexus crawlers.
It's important to note here, that Aelin is laying there in the truck. She is unmoving. She appears to be asleep.
Why bring you?
Timber's gonna make sure there's no other people in the car.
No,
Why?
but as you look at the Mercedes-Benz truck, which is black, there's a vanity license plate on the front. And it says, Wait. W-A-I-T-E.
Leech? Is this Leech? Is she now Leech? Do we get to?
Finley picks her up, and she doesn't stir, doesn't move. No, she's not a leech.
Why?
That was my next question.
Edgar Waite asked us to take her.
Whatever.
Why?
Tiara says, Northwind guided me right to his door.
Leech owns place where make change.
He hasn't been in control of the company, apparently, for almost 10 years.
Oh, very cool.
Who?
And he looks at you, Elias.
Don't fucking say it.
April
I
Aden is control of Wade Enterprises since... I mean, on paper, probably in the last few months. In actuality, probably since before you found Timber.
would like to increase my rage.
Edgar asked us to protect this woman. He says that she's the only one who can stop the Shadowbane.
How does he know that?
Wait.
What
Where it is?
what is your work with cracked teeth done to validate that statement?
Crackteeth looks her over, and he looks terrified of her. I don't know fucking about that. But I do know that every spirit in Berlin is fucking scared of her.
And she's been called the asset on all the papers that were once in my cabin, so I think that we should really have a very serious discussion about getting rid of her.
It would make Ebru mad. No, that wasn't.
Tiara holds up her hand and she says, I made a promise to protect her.
I didn't.
North Wind guided me to his door, to her.
He's a leech.
There's got to be something more to this, though, that we're not seeing.
She's not a leech.
And an oath was struck. You would sully the honor of your sept by breaking it.
What were exact words?
He said if anything happened to her, he would go after my children.
You can certainly try.
I'm not willing to risk it, Elias. Are you?
What's his address? What's his address? I'll deal with it myself.
If you want to hurt her, Elias, you can go through me first.
And again, I would remind you, Wormfoe, you have a duty to maintain the integrity of the honor of your sept. It is incumbent upon you.
And
the
did you
Shadow
speak for the
Bane.
sept?
One of our word is all of our word. You know this.
She's also, what did they call it? A will worker?
So not human, not leech.
But dangerous, and everyone wants a piece of her.
And the key to getting rid of the Shadow Bane, which is affecting the spirits of Berlin.
We are taking the word of a leech for them.
Do you have a better idea?
Do we have any other options?
I have faith in my Theurges.
Who have faith in the spirits.
Moorwalker comes over and sort of puts his hands on both of your shoulders. If April really wants this broad, and we got her, we could lure her anywhere.
Out of the city, away from her machines. It's not a half bad plan. I mean, I'd go with it.
We can't keep her here, then.
No, we can't.
The Umbra?
We can keep her on the other side of the veil.
She's not human, so maybe be okay?
Worth a shot.
It's a
And
risk.
if not, Ebru will.
Well, that's the risk.
upset.
That's the risk. If we put her on the other side of the gauntlet, and Ebru comes here on the other side of the gauntlet, who's to say she doesn't get to her before we even know she's here?
And perhaps we should keep watches.
We should ask Cascada.
We have a date to keep with the witch.
So loud.
Alia, this is a problem you brought to our door. If we're going to keep her in the Umbra, you need to keep watch. Can you do that?
It's not good for werewolves to spend too much time in the Umbra. It's not good for anyone to spend too much time across the gauntlet. It can cause madnesses.
If she is to sleep, make a barrow beside the others.
Barrows are for the dead.
And Sweets will kind of bump into Timber a little bit. I've heard boundaries are for pushing.
guideline.
Are you suggesting I put her under the ground?
Don't seal the barrel.
I
They
don't
would
know.
never think. They would never think to look. We've had a battle. It wouldn't be out of place. She'd be hiding in plain sight. That's what I'd do. I mean,
And what would happen if she all of a sudden, for whatever reason, woke up there?
Why asleep still? Well, talk about her.
Good question.
Spend me a point of willpower, my Theurges. Resolve and wisdom.
Yeah. Okay. Sun's looking really low on that willpower over here now.
Sun's getting real low, buddy.
Sun's getting real low.
4 successes crit.
4. Okay.
Just 4 successes.
Okay, not 2. All right, perfect. As you look at Aelin, again, she's in Finley's arms. You see, it's very strange. She's almost in a golden bubble around herself that's emanating from herself. She is creating it. She is making it. And inside the bubble, her facial expression looks different than it does here. Again, the way penumbral senses work is you sort of get in a view of the real world and the Umbra. And her facial expression here looks extremely at peace and happy. However, something you do notice that you don't think she was wearing the first time that you met her is a necklace. It's of a religious variety. You don't necessarily know what it is. But the necklace looks wrong. In the real world, it just looks like a golden necklace, but when you look at it, the way it is represented in the Umbra, it has a pair of eyes in it. They blink and move and shift, and a sort of ephemeral hand, 2 ephemeral hands actually, that are reaching up around her neck.
The necklace. You've seen that too, Lorelei?
Yes.
The leech said to never remove the necklace or she will die.
It looks like it's choking her.
I know what it looks like. She seems fine, though.
I hate this.
then direct your hate at your enemy, Wyrmfoe.
My new concern, if we do still consider the Umbra, keeping her in the Umbra as a possibility for whatever reason, I'm concerned what actually putting that necklace in the Umbra would do.
Tiara nods. I am in agreement with Johanna.
Don't put near my friend. If it's bad, she's already hurt.
My cabin is still intact. Is there anything that we could do to guard it, protect it, keep her there?
Seal it. The right of the Shrouded Glen.
That is something that we could do, yes. Just around the cabin.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't need food and water.
I don't think she will.
She looks peaceful, doesn't she?
She looks dangerous. That's what she looks like.
Elias, you're a worrywart. Yes, she looks peaceful. We have things to do.
Moorwalker sort of starts walking her over to your cabin, and he says, plus, that leech promised that we're finally going to get our meeting, so can't kill her yet, or use her as bait yet. After we have the meeting, we'll see. Maybe they're totally useless and we kill them all outright.
Yes.
Well, not you, but, you know, Talia and pine cones and stuff. You'll be busy in Bergane. You'll have a great time.
It's maybe a little...
Timber wants to have fun too.
Yeah, you'll have fun at Bergane.
No.
Yeah, you will.
It's so loud.
Yes, Anna.
It's maybe a little paranoid of me, but you sure you weren't tracked? This isn't your car.
I'm a silent strider. If I don't want you following me, you ain't gonna find me.
I'll trust you on that.
Cool. That's how we roll.
Sweets is gonna start going through the car, like open the glove box.
Mm-hmm. And you open the glove box, you find a registration for Edgar Waite.
Nice stain on the back seat from a head. It's so good.
Yeah, and then going through the back seat, we'll
You find...
click the seat incline button, but instead the back seat pops up.
Yes. You find a very particular weapon. Would you like to describe what you find?
Yeah. It's a 10 gauge shotgun. There's a bandolier of ammunition and 2 ammo cases in there as well. That upon any further inspection by anyone who knows what they're doing, it's a 10 gauge shotgun with about 150 dragon's breath rounds.
Oh. Terrifying.
But useful.
Boomstick.
Avery's character helping out Avery's character.
Yeah, I think Sweets will just like look kind of disgusted at it and just kind of hand it to Elias.
Dibs.
Talia comes up and sort of puts her arms around your neck, Sweets, and she says, "You're gonna do fine in Berlin, Dad."
I'll take her cheeks in his hands for a moment. I owe you an apology.
Probably, but you'll have to remind me what for.
I always took it for granted how strong you were. And you put up a brave face all the time in front of everything. And I have wasted so much of my time with you, assuming that you were okay. And I can't make up for that now, but I can tell you that I see it, and I'm sorry. I love you, and I'm proud of you.
She sort of bonks her head into you and she says, "Well, I love you and I'm proud of you too. And I can't wait to hear all the stories about you clubbing."
And I think with that, Sweets will reach into his pocket, take the bottle of anxiety meds, and slap it into Talia's hands. I don't think I need these anymore.
Well, the first step is admitting it. That's what the humans say.
The first step is admitting you have a problem. I remember.
We'll all go with you into Berlin. We have a meeting with a leech, apparently. Or leeches.
Yeah. I have a question for you, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Sure.
Has Falcon told you anything about all of this whole mess? I mean, he flies all the way up there and he's wise and he sees things in a different way. Has he said anything to you?
Just one thing. That the greatest evil sits in the highest tower.
I don't know what that means.
I'm hoping to figure it out.
Talk to your mother.
Yeah.
You should take her with you in your pack while we're at Burgain to meet the Legion.
Hell no. She's going to be protecting whoever this is that Finley brought back. If anyone's going to stop someone from taking her, it's going to be Mom.
Fair enough. All right, well,
I'll get my shit together. We'll stop. You know what? We'll cheer Timber up. We'll take Timber to the fast food place on the way.
Yes, please, yes.
Brown bag
also,
of burgers.
Brown bag. Brown bag, yellow. Greasy bag. Greasy bag is best.
Might even put a smile on Lorelei's face. Who knows? She
Nope.
she seems more like a chicken sandwich or maybe a vegetarian burger, but
How'd you know?
that is where we are going to end episode 9, Interlude of Death, for this evening. Next week we'll have a special guest. Can't wait. Thank you, everyone.